Okay, before you guys get a little bit distracted because of the noise in the background, I'm going through a massive heat wave, so just forget about it. Hey everyone, this is Thomas Hathaway, Crazy Ace Productions, and I'm doing this a little request that you guys have asked for me to do. I'm gonna not only just gonna show you my video game collection, but I decided why not give you a room tour, showing you the main room, my bedroom, where I actually film all my videos. But before we do that, I just want to take a little bit of a trip right over here. This is my big DVD collection, and as you see, I got a lot of movies right here, and I got some VHS tapes. Yes, I still have VHS tapes. I'm an old man. I'm not that old. I'm just 24. And right over here, I have my Wii U collection right here. I alphabetize every game I own. I don't do it to movies because, well, that's going to take an assload of time. And I do have a small Switch collection, but I'm thinking about getting more games in the future. And moving down here, I have a Wii collection right here. This is only half of the Wii games I own. I mean, I own a lot of Wii games, just to let you know. As you can see right over at the end, I have the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's a guilty pleasure. Wow. Moving down here, the next shelf is all of my GameCube games. The GameCube was my childhood console. I had it when I was 8 years old, and I accrued a massive collection right here. Once again, I am gonna think about alphabetizing these games because I like to keep things a little bit more organized. It's pretty good. And last are just movies. Well, those are just some of the games that I have in my collection. So let's just move on in. Do not disturb. Gamer at work. That's me. And here we are. Yes, guys, this is my actual bedroom. This is my bed. That's where I sleep. It's not that neat as you might see, but it's just a little bit shabby. But hey, no room is perfect. But aside from a messy work around here, I still get a lot of stuff done. And yeah, I have my laptop on. So yeah, I got this gaming chair back in around September 2017, and it's really good quality. I really like it. So before moving around here, I'm just gonna go to this corner right here. As you can see, I have the Nintendo Power Pad that I got this at East Coast Comic Con 2019, thanks to Al's Gaming Emporium. If you want to check them out, feel free to check them out on Facebook. He sells all retro games and controllers, and surprisingly, I tested this out and it really works. And over here is my Yamaha piano that I got for Christmas back in 2009. Well, I love playing the piano, so then I want to get one of these. So moving right here, I got this zapper right here. This is just actually not a licensed NES zapper, but I hold this up with poster tack, and it's well, it's pretty good. I'm glad that it's actually standing. It might be a little bit hollow, but yeah, because it's a fake one, because, well, you understand. Now moving up here, I got some posters. This one is the Sinnoh World map that I got from Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl, one of my favorite generations in Pokemon history. Obviously, I got an NES controller poster. Why wouldn't I get one? Heroes of Villains Fan Fest. I went there back in 2018. Oh. How can you steal a recognizer? Yeah, this is a recognizer from Tron. I like that movie. And of course, there's a bomb right here. Moving over here, this is my Panasonic flat screen TV. I use it for all my HD consoles, and any of my consoles that I uses widescreen perspective. Like especially, I have a Wii Mini. A Wii Mini. Why would I own one of these when I have a Wii? Well, spoilers right here. Well, it's just because, I don't know, I think I'm a sucker for top-loader consoles, and look, Rabbids Go Home, that's a pretty good game. Moving under here, I got my Nintendo Wii U. I'm sad that this console didn't actually came off like how it is, but I really enjoy the console. May it rest in peace. And under it, I got the PlayStation 4 Pro. And if you guys actually request games on this thing, I'm sorry, I don't have an Elgato right now, so I can't record any gameplay footage off of my PS4, especially on my Switch. Yes, I do have a Switch. I really wish I could record gameplay footage off of this, that way I could actually review games for you guys. But, little time on cash, but only time will tell. And as you can see right here, I have a VHS/DVD player. And this was actually brand new back in 2012. Yeah, the same year when I started making videos on YouTube. And the funny thing, I think they only keep making this so you could transfer all your VHS tapes into a DVD format. But I still use it to watch all my VHS tapes that I have. Yeah. Oh look, we got a Donald Duck as Stormtrooper. It was a birthday gift from my friend Danny. Thanks, Danny. And moving over here is my PlayStation 3 Slim. I like this console. It's really one of the best consoles I ever owned. I didn't get an Xbox 360 because, because of the hard drive failures and all that junk. But I really enjoy all the time I have with the PlayStation 3. And sadly, I can't get an original controller anymore because they are very, very expensive. So I had to go with the third-party ones. Things I have to do to keep on gaming. And right over here, yes, you all remember Rob right here, the robotic operating buddy. He's acted like my companion on my show, so I thought, why not have a robot buddy with me? And I think he's playing with GameCube. It's funny. Now, moving right over here, right next to Rob, this big shelf right here is the main attraction. My entire video game collection. Actually, the majority of my video game collection. I have more games out there, but I'm thinking about expanding it by getting more shelves because, well, the more games I get, the more I review it. So, moving on right here. Like I did with my main goal, I'm alphabetizing every single game that I have. Starting off right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I have 3D World Runner on NES. I got it at a video game store that is close by where I live. And then, moving on right here, I got a lot of video games alphabetized, and I don't know what people were doing back then for taking care of their games. They did a crappy job, and I just couldn't take it. But for the majority of the games I got, I'm actually impressed. And one last thing, other things, not last thing. Another thing I have to say is that sometimes I have to go off the rails and try to get some games that are very rare and expensive. So that's why I had to get some reproduced copies, like Die Hard here. This game was so expensive and rare because it didn't sell well back in 1992. Yes, NES games were made back in 1992. It's just kind of weird. Now, moving over my rubber band ball, sorry. I only have a few Famicom games, if you could tell right here. It may be too dark. I don't know if you can see it. I have only a few Famicom games. Planning on getting more. And hello, Mario. Moving over here, just this too. Yeah, I'll just put this back in the shelf. Alright. This is the second half of my NES collection. And I only have room for 9 more games until I have to find a way to expand the collection. And, well, I have my Game Genie right here. I'm gonna have to put that somewhere else. I got a few NES games complete in the box. Adventures of Lolo, got a Video Game Con, the first convention back in 2015. Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle, found it lucky and complete in the box on the internet. This is actually a NES hack, Freddy vs. Jason by Pack and Sack Dave. I might get the other one, Jason vs. Freddy, but that'll be for some other time. And, well, I got Jaws right back here. I did a video on that on Shark Week. I'm still proud of that video. I actually like it. And then there's Empire Strikes Back on NES. I was lucky to get that. Alright, moving over here. Just, man. Oh. Right here is, well, part of my childhood. Alright, so moving right here, I got part of my childhood, the Nintendo 64. And I grew up with the Nintendo 64. It was my childhood console, and like with the other things, with my other games, I have to alphabetize everything. And I really like the end labels that they were customized. As you can see right here with Mario Kart 64, I love the end labels so much. It actually pops the games out a lot better. It's pretty cool. Oh, and look, Army Men. So cute. And look at this. I got my Giratina right here. This is so adorable. Now, moving on right here, just gonna move this out too. We already got my Sega Genesis collection. Oh, excuse me for a second. Okay, I just had to run back and get my flashlight, so here it is, my Sega Genesis collection. Again, alphabetized, but so far the collection is pretty good. I actually own every single Sonic game that was made for the console. As you can see, there's a Pringles video game right here. Yeah, that was actually a reproduced copy I got. That was actually a Genesis hack that I found at Heroes and Villains Fan Fest last year. And moving right over here, I got other games. You see Mega Man The Wily Wars, that was an American copy. T2, the arcade game, Toxic Crusaders, I don't want to redo that review. I got Beavis and Butthead, Rocket Knight Adventures, and of course the original Mortal Kombat, which is not bad, not bad. Overall, I'm thinking about getting more Genesis games for you guys, if you guys want me to review more of these. So, moving on down here. I'll just forget this. So these are all for the jewel case games. And Game Boy Advance games complete in the box, my 3DS collection, and then the Super Nintendo and N64 games complete in the box. So anyway, for the jewel case games, I don't even have to worry about where they put them. So anyway, for the jewel case games, I got here are the Sega Dreamcast games. Moving over to the PlayStation 1, and this is the only PC game I got, Pac-Man Adventures in Time, the game that introduced me to Pac-Man. It's pretty cool. I might be lucky to find a game that is complete in the box. I'm that kind of a lucky collector. I mean, I only got Ed and Eddie Jawbreakers for $2. I didn't know I would get everything inside of it. That was just lucky for me. And if you might be wondering, well, let me just get this out. Yep, that's his Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm really curious about this game. I want to check it out. Alright, moving down. And this last shelf right here has my Super Nintendo collection. It's this is only a few of them, and I can't put any more on here because the shelf is completely full. And there are some pretty good games, there's mediocre games, and of course there are some god-awful games. I mean, take a look at this. Shaq Fu is only $6 plus tax. Yeah. It's kind of weird. And there's not much left here. Right down here I have my comic book collection, and of course I have my official strategy guides and magazines for video games, of course. And that's pretty good. That's pretty much it for around here. So now moving around behind the shelf, I have a Wii balance board right here. I don't know where I got that, but it was just something that I just got from my old job. And got the Guitar Hero controller. Anyone remember Guitar Hero? It's one of the greatest games I ever played. It's a lot of Activision for destroying them. And moving up right here, authorized personal only. Yeah, whatever. This is actually my Freddy Krueger hat. I got this for getting a Freddy Krueger costume when I was originally doing my Nightmare on Elm Street video. That's another one I want to do. And moving right here, this WCW lunchbox. Yeah, this lunchbox from World Championship Wrestling. I use this to hold off on all my Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. So yeah, this has been holding all my handheld consoles, cartridges for years. Alright, and over here I got a Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures poster. It's for the video game, by the way. These are handmade drawings I made. This one is for Luigi, this is for Mario. This is another one of Luigi in style of Super Smash Brothers. Well, I was a big geek back then. I was only 10 years old, and my art style has have really evolved as you see. And of course, right here I got my poster for Super Mario World when Super Mario Advance 2 was out. Yeah, it's kind of like the original game poster, and it is pretty good. I grew up with the Super Mario Advance series, and you know, I want to give them some love while I review the Mario games. And moving right over here on the other side of the door, I got my Mario Galaxy 2 poster. I got, yeah, the power, one of the stars right here. Oh, yeah, got a bullshit button from Spencer's.
Bullshit detected. Take precautions.
Oh, I love this thing. I really want to use this for jokes. Anyway, I got another Central Region map. This one is for Pokemon Platinum. I got it from the manual. An NES controller. Again, I use poster tech to hold it up on the wall. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, select, start. It's functional. And, of course, a Pokemon Emerald poster. One of my favorite games from Generation 3. And moving over right here on the back of my bed, this is the other half of my Wii collection. This is actually the first half, starting alphabetized with Band Hero and ending all the way down here to Mortal Kombat Armageddon, the last of the time when Nintendo actually got a Mortal Kombat game. So, but moving up right here, I have a big figurine collection. I'm a big fan of Power Rangers, so I've been collecting a lot of Megazords around here. And I got some Lego figurines right here from DC, Horror, Power Rangers again. Mario and Luigi are down there, they just lost their lives. And even got some Ninja Turtles right here with Ben Grimm, aka the Thing, in the back. And of course I got some other figurines, especially from Pokemon. These building figurines are really cool, but I actually got some real figurines right here. That's something I forgot to mention in my East Coast Comic-Con video, but better late than never. And of course I got the Ecto 1 from Ghostbusters and Bumblebee from Transformers. And moving down right here, this is where I got my DS collection. This is my entire DS collection. Kind of sucks. And for this trophy right here, I participated at my school soccer team back in middle school. My team came in first place and got the trophy to prove it. It's pretty cool. And up here, periodic table of game controllers. This one needs an update because we're in the 8th generation and we need more controllers up here. And back to the posters. I got South Park Season 1. This is pretty cool. Donkey Kong Country Returns. Mario Kart Wii. I didn't expect to get this poster this big when I reordered it just to replace the old one because it was destroyed. But I still have this Super Mario Maker poster that I got while pre-ordered in the game. I love it. And there's the Venom poster, there's a Gamera drawing that a friend of mine made, and this is a picture of me, Sean, and Daniel when we were at East Coast Comic-Con back last year. I was dressed up as Batman, by the way. And lastly, the main attraction right here, the main shelf, the main armoire, as a lot of people might say. Starting up from the top, I got a globe because it's cliche, I got a lava lamp, I got the first 2 Megazords, the Dino Megazord and the Thunder Megazord. Missing pieces, but it still looks pretty cool on display. And of course, for my piggy bank, I got a Monopoly bank. Kind of fitting. And as you right here, this is where I keep my amiibo collection. I have a bunch of amiibos right here. Some are pre-ordered, some I just got off of the internet, or some I got at GameStop. But I think about getting some more. And chilling on the sides, I got my original Game Boy, which sadly doesn't work anymore, but I do have many more Power Rangers on here. For the design, I made it myself with just thin Sharpies. That's it, because the screen thing is just broken. And on the other side, I got a Sega Genesis, the Model 2 Genesis. I like this thing. And now, moving on over here, the last Sega console out here, the Dreamcast. This was actually my first introduction to Sega, and I really like this console. And right over here, next to it is my Nintendo 64. I had this since 1998. It's one of my favorite consoles of all time, and it actually shaped me as a gamer to this day. And next to it, I got a Super Nintendo. I actually got this as a 15th birthday gift. When I was starting to collect retro games, I got this as a birthday gift. You think that's odd, but it's weird. But moving on right down here is the last 3 consoles I got here. I got my Nintendo GameCube. It was a Christmas gift back in 2003. My Nintendo Wii. I originally wanted to get it as a Christmas gift in 2006, but I didn't get it until April 2007. Yeah, that's how popular the console is. And underneath this, the Nintendo Entertainment System. Out of all the retro gaming consoles, this one did a really good job. And with the massive collection I'm not going to stop playing with this thing. It's pretty good. And of course, this is the classic CRT TV from Toshiba. Now, a lot of people might be asking, why don't I get rid of this TV and just go for a flat screen? Well, for starters, I like the old school TV, and I'm not going to get rid of anything that doesn't work. And plus, I still have the remote right here that I can help to turn it on, even if the buttons don't work on the bottom. But I still say that this thing is still working. I had this since 2003, nonetheless. But another thing, I don't get rid of it because, moving on to my controller collection right down here in the drawers, I have 2 zappers. I got the orange one, which came with the console, but I found this on Amazon for about 20 bucks. Yep, I got the original gray zapper, which is pretty cool. I mean, every gamer needs this. I keep all my controllers in my drawers in case I don't need them. I got a couple of PlayStation controllers. I got a DualShock one off the internet, which is cool. I got this at a convention. I got 2 NES controllers. I got plenty of Wii emotes, and well, I got some N64 controllers. I got a Wii wheel here. It's nice. Now, moving on down here, this is the final drawer. I got more Wiimotes, Lego Wiimote, and it's actually pretty cool. I might, if I want to do Lego Wii games, I'm definitely going to be using this controller. NES 4 Score, I might get some more NES controllers for that. I got a couple of Dreamcasts, another Wiimote. I got some GameCube, Super Nintendo, N64. I got an NES Advantage back here, you see, right here. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, now look at this little puppy. Now, this must be a Pro Controller for the Wii U that is installed as the original Super Nintendo, which is alright. I like it. It's pretty good. And the last 2 things to talk about, I have the good old Atari 2600. It defines the word classic right here. It's it does work. Let me just tell you, it does work, but the only problem is it just makes static noises when I try to play it on my TV. So sadly, if I ever want to get quality gameplay footage, I'm gonna have to use an emulator. But I can't cheat to say that I have the actual console. And then the last one is underneath. The Sony PlayStation, the original PlayStation. Funny thing, I got this at Salvation Army for about $10. It only came with the console and the AC adapter. But then I got the other pieces and I put it all together, and I got an actual PlayStation 1 to play with. Well, I guess that wraps it up right now. This is, I hope you enjoy this room tour right here. And I might be doing other videos like this, and I just hope this keeps you occupied. I love you guys. Take care, everyone.